Hey guys, this is Sydney and Tristan's 15-month doctor appointment checkup, well visit update, and just also an update on where they're at. They actually just turned 16 months on the 8th. So this doctor's appointment was late for their 15-month, really late for their 12-month, but it was a combined checkup due to us moving across country, having to find a new doctor, having to get new insurance, having to get medical records transferred, all that craziness. It just made us miss their 12-month checkup. So this was unfortunately not a very fun visit. Because of that, they had to get 5 vaccines, and then we did add the flu shot. They offered for us to split it up, but I felt like they're going to be crying and upset about the whole situation even if we just give them like 3 shots, split it in half. Then we have to take them back another day and do it all over again, have them be upset and have them not feel great. And so we opted to go ahead and just get her done because it was already, the whole thing was bad enough and for them. So we did 5 vaccines and then did get the flu shot for them since they were of age, because it's for kids 6 months and up. So the 5 vaccines that they did get were the chicken pox. So we got all the paperwork on it like you always do. The measles, mumps, and rubella, the MMR. The PCV13. Hepatitis A, the DTaP, the Hib, type B, and the flu vaccine. So that was 6 of them. That was everything that they got. Poor babies. I don't know why they don't combine them here, but they don't. So they actually had to have 6 shots. Tristan got 3 on each leg, and then each nurse did it differently. So Tristan's nurse did 3 on each leg. Sydney's nurse did 3 on one leg, 2 on the other leg, and then 1 in the arm. So I'm not sure why. I asked them and they just said every nurse does it different. It was kind of a whirlwind. We were there. I mean, when they were there, they wanted information fast, and because there's 2 of them and like I'm the one that answers all the information about them, Jeff doesn't necessarily know. He's not with them every day, doesn't know everything about them. I'm the one that had to answer it, so like while Jeff's holding one and doing something and like a nurse is talking to him, asking him questions, I'm trying to talk to the other nurse and answer her questions about the other baby, but then I'm overhearing like what they're saying, and I'm like correcting Jeff's answers or answering when he's not answering. So it was kind of like crazy, because even though they're 2 kids, they make 1 appointment. Obviously, that's fine. That's how I'm used to it. It's been like that since we have them, but it just makes it for a little bit of crazy. But they did really well. We asked for a woman doctor, and she was an older lady, and she actually did really well. Sydney didn't cry like with her checking her out, like when they check her throat or check her teeth, her mouth and ears and all that. So that was good. I was worried about that. Sydney's a little bit finicky about things. And also is kind of weird about men's voices, or just noises tend to upset her. So she did really great with that. Tristan, of course, is just always a ham. He did really good. And then as far as their stats, Tristan weighs 27.6 pounds, and he is 33¼ inches long. And his head circumference is 19¼ inches. So he is in the 95th percentile for height, 93rd percentile for weight, and 92nd percentile for head circumference. Wow, right? But he's always been really high, but I think that's like the highest numbers I've seen from him. And then Sydney's stats were that she is 31 inches in height. She's 20.12 pounds, and she has a head circumference of 18. So she is 52% in 52 percentile in height, 37th percentile in weight, and 46th percentile in head. So crazy, what a difference, right? So he is 2¼ inches taller than her, and he is over 7 pounds heavier than her. So definitely a big difference, and she hasn't really changed. I like weighed them on our scale, which I'm sure wasn't as accurate as this, but she was 20 pounds 2 months ago at the 14-month mark when I was kind of did pictures and updating on stuff. So she hasn't really, she has gotten taller, but she hasn't gained a lot of weight at all. Let's see what else happened at the doctor's appointment. I didn't really have many concerns. I did ask why Sydney gags herself. She has for months now. But it's not as often, but she still will do it. Once she does it once, like she gets the feeling and she'll do it again. And she'll like stick her fingers in like this and gag. And I'm like, what are you doing? And she hasn't made herself throw up from it for a long time, but it sounds disgusting. So I asked, and the doctor just said some kids do that. There's different things. There's no reason why one twirls their hair, or one, you know, picks their skin, or one gags themselves. It's just, they do it, they'll grow out of it. And she said, you know, just let her do it. And I said, well, I don't want to let her do it because I don't want to clean up vomit, and I think it's gross. But I have learned, instead of telling her no, because the more you tell her no, she'll just keep doing it, I have learned just distraction. Just, you know, revert her attention to something else, and then she forgets. And that's with anything, with any kid. Like, just get them focused on something else if they're doing something they shouldn't be. What else? I think that's all I had for her as far as concerns. For Tristan, I had concerns that maybe he has acid reflux, so I did ask for that medicine for ranitidine again for him, see if it helps, because I am noticing like signs that when he's eating or after he eats or drinks, like you can tell like he's got acid, it's coming up, and he makes a nasty taste and swallows like he's, you know what it's like to have acid reflux. I have it. Jeff has it. So I don't want that to affect anything with him, for him not wanting to eat or anything, with, you know, the acid, you know, ruining his teeth or his throat or whatever, any of that. So we did get it. It says to give 2 milliliters twice a day. We're just doing once because I don't think it's extreme. We're just doing it 1 time a day, and I'm doing it around lunch or at lunchtime, so that it'll, like lunch and dinner seem to be his worst. I don't notice it so much at morning, and probably because he's laying down for bedtime or running around more in the afternoon, I'm not sure. So that's just how we decided to do it. It's a nasty taste. He does not like it. They only make it in like this peppermint flavor, and he gets the chills because it tastes so bad to him. So if we can get away with just doing it once a day for him and that helping, then great. Doctor said they looked great, we're growing good. I had no other concerns. It was a horrible, horrible experience. So the last time they had shots was 9 months since we skipped 12 months. And I don't know, with a baby, you could kind of hold them on your lap and them do it, but the nurses were very adamant. Like, I had to pin down Sydney with her, hold her hands and pin down, like hold her shoulders down so she wouldn't move. She was crying and screaming, and then the nurse like held down her legs with her arm, and it was just terrible. And then Jeff did the same with Tristan, although he didn't have to hold him down as much, and then the nurse held down his legs. And so it was just, it was awful. I hate it. I hate you know, hurting them, but I know it's for the better. They needed the vaccine. So our next checkup is in 3 months, so that'll be February, and that'll just be another well visit. I guess would kind of be their 18-month, but because the 15-month was a month late, it's a month late, so they'll actually be 19 months by the time they have their next doctor's appointment. In regards to dental care for them, I did call a dentist. I thought because Tristan has 16 teeth and Sydney has 12, and then working on the other 4, so almost 16 teeth, that they should be seen by a dentist. I thought it was when they were 1, but I called 2 or 3 dentists around here, and they said 3 unless you have a reason or are concerned about something, to just brush their teeth daily, and that they don't need to be seen till they're 3. So that kind of makes sense, because I couldn't see the babies like sitting there, you know, and just going, oh, and opening their mouth for them and being good. But at the same time, I thought it would be smart to like check their teeth out early on, just to like say if we're doing a good enough brushing them, or if they need something, or I don't know, you know, just kind of to make sure all is well. But dentists don't see them till they're 3. So on that note, we have a couple years till they need to be seen. What else as far as medical with them? That's it. As far as the shots went, they didn't really have too much of a reaction to them. They had mild fevers. Well, Sydney had a mild fever, but she's also teething too. So who's to say if it was the shots or teething still. And then Tristan, 24 hours after the shots, so it was the next night, when he gets a fever, he gets really lethargic and really like needy and whiny, and like just wants me to hold him, and that's it. And he was getting that way. He did not want to be in his bath. He was really upset. He was shivering, so he had the chills and stuff. So that was by Thursday night that he had that, and I could feel he was warm. He had a temp, and so we just stayed on top of ibuprofen and Tylenol. I would alternate for both of them. I would do ibuprofen at night, and then if they woke up in the middle of the night, if it was enough time, they would get ibuprofen again, just because ibuprofen lasts longer than Tylenol. And then come morning time, they got Tylenol, and then I was trying to like hold out in the afternoon without medicine. Some afternoons I was able, others I wasn't. So in that case, it would just be, you know, Tylenol, ibuprofen, or yeah, Tylenol, ibuprofen, Tylenol. But because I was doing the ibuprofen at night, I did try to have a few hours without it. But all in all, I mean, they have little bruises where the shots were, and like the day after they had it was a little bit red around a couple of them, but right now no red marks, just little bruises, and they seem to be doing really well. We are, well, it's Monday, so we're almost, you know, or 5 days past. So they did really great. I'm proud of them. They're troopers, and they are growing like weeds. It's insane. But this video is already super long, I can tell. So I was gonna try to do like their 16-month update as far as what they're doing, what they're saying, what they're eating, what they're signing, and all that. But that is going to have to be a separate video, because I don't want this video to be like 30 or 40 minutes. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to my channel and hit like if you liked it. I'll see you for my next one. Bye guys.